So I'm here at 733 Front Street, just dropping off some food to a gentleman. I had some trouble calling him. For some reason my phone was not answering, or it wasn't dialing right, so I had to type in his number and whatever. But anyway, so here I am, I'm talking to you guys, and I'm letting you know just a little bit about my journey, and I'm gonna describe it to you here in real time as it's happening. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, so I think one thing about this is I've tried to make this analogy to people to tell them why I'm like Allen Iverson, right? So Allen Iverson, for those people who don't know, is a NBA player. He played for the Philadelphia 76ers. He was the first pick in the draft in 1996 for the 76ers, and that's who I remember him playing for. He played for other teams too, but let's not get into that. So here I am scrolling through, I'm picking a song to listen to. I think I was listening to Jackson Browne right here these days, and now I'm riding my bike. I think I'm going to Chipotle right now to pick up another order. But anyway, the reason why I'm like Allen Iverson is because Allen Iverson was pretty small for an NBA player. He said he was 6 foot, but I don't think he was 6 foot. I think he was like 5'10", maybe 5'11". Small player. But one of the greatest scorers of all time, definitely. One of the greatest competitors of all time. And, Shaquille O'Neal, who's a big man, he said that the only other player he knew that took the same beating that he did was Allen Iverson. So Shaq, they hacked him all the time, right? Hack-a-Shaq. But AI, he also took a beating, right? Because he was going in there, in the trenches, scoring. He was getting knocked down, by all the big dudes and whatever. But he just kept on going, every single game, every single night. He, found a way to, will his team, to be successful. And so some people say, he's just a ball hog. But, for that era, how they played, that's just how they played. And he's an amazing player. So the beating that he took night in and night out, and he kept playing, that really embodied the spirit of Philadelphia. And that's why he was so beloved there. But I'm in San Francisco, right? So as you can see me here, I'm riding my bike. This is how I make my living. This is how I support myself, my family, how I support Aquarius3E, and all my ideas, because I just don't see any other way for me. Like, I cannot work for somebody else. I have so many ideas in my mind that if I don't make them a reality and make them happen, I think it would actually be like a really great sin to heaven. If, let's say, God blessed you with like all this talent and ability, and then you like didn't do anything with it, that would be a great sin. So every day I'm out here in the streets of San Francisco riding. I just find a way to make it happen, to be successful. And as you can see right here on my shirt, it's blowing. It's really windy, right? It's pretty chilly. And right here I'm on, I want to say it's Geary Street. The camera's a little bit low because I'm wearing a chest cam, but I might try to adjust it so we can see more of the road. But anyway, it's kind of like a video game. You can just see me as I'm riding here. It would be cool if you could control it, if you could tell it to like turn. Oh no, this is Pine Street. Pine Street. And now we're going to a Japanese restaurant, Sushi, pick up some sushi for someone to take them. So you can see me right there. That's my orange helmet that I wear so people can recognize me while I'm riding my bike. This is my bike lock. I gotta lock it up, right? Because I don't want people to steal my bike, right? So anyway, I'm here using my Uber Eats app, right? I'm gonna pick up my order. The homie, he's gonna help me out here, give me the food, and boom, we're on our way to the next delivery, which is on Harrison Street, which is like in the financial district. So right here you guys can see this is the outside of Chinatown. It's a really, really colorful, really beautiful area. Chinatown is like my favorite part of the city. It's where I live with my wife, and I just love Chinese culture. I love Chinese food, Chinese people, and so we live there. But anyway, we're just making it happen, right? So now what I'm doing here, I'm Uber Dylan, right? Bob Dylan is one of my heroes. He inspired me to start playing the guitar, playing music when I was in my freshman year of UCLA. And I just always kept him in my heart. I always listened to his music. And then I thought, I could take Bob Dylan, I could beat him one day, right? The funny thing is, Allen Iverson, I think when he was a rookie, he said, I could beat Michael Jordan. I could take Michael Jordan, right? And his coach and all his team was like laughing at him, right? And then his rookie year, he went up against Michael Jordan. And there's a clip of it on YouTube too. If you look it up on YouTube, you'll see it. It's like Allen Iverson crosses up Michael Jordan. And I think the Sixers owner opens it up talking about how Iverson's like Jordan, but sped up, right? He's quicker, So anyway, but that's the kind of mentality I have, right? I could take Dylan. So as I'm delivering for Uber, I'm Uber Dylan, right? And that has multiple meanings, right? Because Uber is the name of the company that I deliver for, Uber Eats. And Uber is a German word meaning super or higher, right? Or greater or above, right? So it's just the next progression, right? You had Dylan, now you have Uber Dylan, right? And so here you can see me, I gotta be careful. I'm maneuvering by this mail truck. I just keep going, right? I drive through here. Right here, I'm going onto the sidewalk. Usually shouldn't be doing this, but because of the Chinese Communist Party virus, there's not too many people on the streets, so I can do this now. Anyway, so I'm Uber Dylan, right? And when I'm not doing this, I'm working on my music. I sing Bob Dylan songs. I write my own songs. I sing songs in different languages: Greek, Chinese, Italian, Spanish, French. We'll get into more in the future. I want to get into Hebrew, Russian, Dutch, lots of languages. I want to learn all the languages eventually. That would be great. Anyway, that's Uber Dylan. And Uber Dylan is actually funding, for the most part, our ventures, right? So Aquarius3E is the name of my company, right? And our slogan is more humble than a blade of grass, bolder than a soaring eagle, right? So Uber Dylan is on his bicycle. I'm on my bicycle delivering food, providing a service to the people of San Francisco. I'm not in some big office. I don't have some venture capital funding behind me, all of this kind of stuff, right? I'm in the streets, man, day after day, night in, night out, like AI. I'm putting up 30 points a game, right? Falling down, almost get hit by cars, you know? You understand? So that's what Uber Dylan embodies. More humble than a blade of grass, right? Delivering food to people, bolder than a soaring eagle, saying Uber Dylan is greater than Bob Dylan. There you can see me accept a ride on my phone for another order. So I'm going to get that right after, right? Anyway, I think talking, for me, doing this is really helpful, because for me, writing sometimes, to sit down and write, it's a little bit difficult for me. I can't stay that focused at this point in my life, because there's just so many things going on in my mind. I start writing a little bit, and I can go maybe about 2-3 pages, and then I start thinking about something else. I want to do something else. So when I'm talking, when I'm doing this, it's really, I think, therapeutic. It's really, really helpful. And so here you can see me. I'm turning on to Harrison Street, and I'm gonna go into a pretty nice apartment complex. I don't know if it's an apartment complex. It's more like condominiums, like very, very expensive, very fancy folks live here. And, I just give them their food. That's it, And my wife does the same thing. So thank you guys for taking the time to listen. This was an episode of Around the World in San Francisco. Have a great night.